Hi, biddies. How are you today? I am here. I braved the Kroger this morning. Not gonna lie, kind of disappointed. Kind of disappointed. They have all this stuff. They do not have nearly as much Kroger branded stuff as they used to, or at least at the stores I was used to. Um, no Kroger brand frozen Brussels sprouts for one. Like, if you're familiar with Jessica applesauce, or uh, aggressive tutorials, Jessica from aggressive tutorials, um, you know that every meal she has broccoli. In our house is Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts all the time. No, they had like the expensive name brand Bird's Eye Brussels sprouts. They didn't even have a spot for Kroger Brussels sprouts. What's up with that? So I guess I'll be going there when I want peanut butter or um, granola because their Kroger branded granola is pretty good. I get it without the raisins. I don't like raisins. Um, and their peanut butter is actually better than name brand. A friend of mine's mother did the sample stuff in the store, and they had a blind taste test of the Kroger branded peanut butter with the like Jif and Peter Pan and all of those, and the Kroger brand won. So if you want peanut butter, get the Kroger brand peanut butter, and it's cheaper too. So I'll probably be going there for those two items. And if I want cheese, although I swear their cheese was not as big as the smaller Kroger in the next town over. Has a big cheese shop in the Kroger. It's not as big as that one. Like you have 80,000 square feet. Why did you not put a proper cheese shop in? And I don't know where they're going to put I can't tell where they're going to put the coffee shop. They're supposed to get a coffee shop in there next month. So I might go there for that occasionally. So anyway, that was my disappointment for the day. 80,000 square feet, late for the show, and nothing to show for it. And their name brand stuff is more expensive. So I'll keep going to Aldi, and they don't have a tea I can drink. So I'll keep going to Walmart. They have a so at Walmart I drink the Walmart the what is it? Great Value sugar-free sweet tea. This is made with sucralose because I cannot have aspartame. If I drink aspartame all the time, my fingertips start going numb first, and eventually my lips will start going numb. So I figured that probably wasn't a good idea for me to be doing that. So I do drink it on occasion, but not as a regular thing, and I live on my tea. So, well, so they do have a Kroger brand um, sugar-free iced tea, sugar-free sweet tea, decaf. Why are you decaffeinating it? Like if I want tea, I want a little tiny bit of caffeine in it. Plus, decaffeinated stuff isn't supposedly that good for you anyway. Um, but it has aspartame, and the Walmart brand has sucralose. So Walmart has a what do you call it? A loyal customer for their tea, at least. Um, the name brand prices were outrageous. I might as well just go to VG's. Jeez, VG's is a more of a local, but it's a Spartan store. If you're familiar with Spartan stores, um, this is how it was described to me when I moved here. No one goes to VG's for their grocery shopping. You just go in there when you need something. And you can't find it anywhere else. So that's how the VG's goes. Because it's expensive in there. It's like another like 50% more than the Walmart, and the Kroger might be a little bit less. 80,000 square feet, and you don't have enough stuff in there. Like it was weird. Although the bread was $1, so I can't complain about the bread being $1. I think that's actually more than Aldi, so I might be going there for bread and peanut butter and granola, and that's all I need. Uh, yeah, but I couldn't tell where they were going to put the coffee shop. 80,000 square feet, and it seemed full to me. Um, yeah, was not impressed. They did not have it. They had like half of the candy aisle that Walmart has, like half. Like y'all don't have no candy enough in the store. I wasn't shopping for candy, but it's like half cookies and half candy, whereas Walmart has an entire aisle that's, I mean, half of one side of the aisle, whereas Walmart has the whole half the aisle of candy and another whole half the aisle of cookies. So no variety. I thought there'd be more variety, bigger store, more variety. Nope. Nope, same crap, just more of it. So there's your adventure for today. Went to Aldi, went to Kroger, and was not happy. They did have cheap candles though. They did have cheap candles for sale, and they looked good. I just got a candle, so I don't need another one. I don't buy. I actually don't use it that much, so the last one lasted me like 2 years, but I've been using it more lately since I've been home all day. I like the smell. My husband does not. I like the smell, and I don't like the air freshener stuff, but the candles are okay. Oh, what else is going on? Oh, there was something else I was going to mention. Now I can't remember what it was, and I don't think I wrote it down. It's in the news lately. That guy on what was he for? Oh, the budget guy. Basically the comptroller for the country. I can't remember what his actual title is. He did not have a good time yesterday in that hearing. He was yesterday or the day before. He did not have a good time. They were calling him on all kinds of crap. It was Democrats only because Republicans won't do it. And they won't call their own party out. Democrats will call both of them out equally. So anyway, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. And there was also a hearing with Alex Preddy's, no, it was what's her name's Renee Good's brothers and Alex Preddy. I can't remember if he had somebody specific for him, but same. And the lady who got shot 5 times, 5 times they shot her, and she survived. But she said they dragged her out of the ER as soon as they could. Like she did not get observation or anything. By the time she got to the detention center that they were shoving her in, um, she was bleeding through her bandages, of course, because you're not supposed to move when you're bleeding like that. It's insane. Like that's crazy. That is you have a right to medical care. You have a right to proper medical care. And they lied about her and said she rammed her she rammed them when they rammed her. Like these people are getting away with murder, literal murder in the case of Alex Preddy and Renee Good. Like, this is not the country I want to live in. Is it the country you want to live in? Because I don't want to live in this country. Not if it's going to be like this. Do not want. Do not. I think some people are finally waking up, but too late, too little, too late for me to forgive you for your sins. I decide on the sins. All right, well, let's get to it, I guess. This is from Malicious Compliance, and it is entitled "Really Seals in the Flavor." This story is from many years ago, from when I was 19 or 20. I used to work for a resort, the same resort 3 separate times in many different job roles, so prepare for other stories. This was the second time working there when I did dishwashing. I kind of got the job accidentally, which is another story entirely. Anyway, They held a Hawaiian luau event, which involved renting a custom built whole pig spit that fit two pigs. Wow. As a seasoned adult who has now enjoyed a lifetime of good barbecue, this thing was beautiful. As someone who thought they were an adult, this thing was a large inconvenience and a waste of time. Ah, okay, that's cool, Opie. You're good. As someone who has worked in a resort, I find this especially hilarious. I didn't get to participate in any of the food, but I did get to see the dishes. Me and my coworker went out in the loading dock to take a break as one of the chefs rolled up with a golf cart towing a big old pig cooker. There are two types of chefs at this resort, the cool ones and the type who is currently driving the golf cart. Yeah, two chefs. Wow. Lights up a cigarette, looks at the two of us, points at me, and says, "Clean it." I walk up and take my first look inside, and it's been through absolute hell. Yeah, when you're cooking a pig, it gets nasty in there. It's more than a shift worth of cleaning. I don't even know where to start. Well, they'll be here in 3 hours. Pick it up, so you better start now. When they get there, it better shine like new. Well, good luck with that because cleaning takes time, dude. You should know this. You're a chef. How do you even clean something like this? I don't care. Just make it shine. I know I'm being set up for failure, but I knuckle down. If I work my ass off but fail in the process, I'll be in less trouble than if I don't try. I brought out the big guns. I went to the supply closet and got two unused floor scrub brush, all the heavy chemicals, and the garden hose. That's how you can do it. I sprayed the whole thing down in 4 cans of the heaviest degreaser we have and let it sit, and then literally stand inside and scrubbed. After an hour scrubbing, I rinsed to see the progress. Not much. It was probably not that clean to begin with. I go to maintenance and grab a paint scraper and some scotch pads out of their supply. Another round of heavy chemicals, and I start scraping, really making progress now. I worked into a system. Chemical scrape, scrub, rinse. Chemical scrape, scrub, rinse. I'm on my knees in this thing, chipping away at the crap, and I heard the dock door open. It's one of the office guys and the chef and someone else. Right out here, he better have it clean for you. At this point, I look up. The chef sees me, obviously not done, and has an evil grin. The office guy looking indifferent. The stranger, enraged horror. He comes running up and starts a tirade. I blank on what he says as my mind goes into survival mode. Usually, people I see this angry are really one small thing away from physical violence. I don't remember the exact argument, but I do remember the guy being mad about how I was cleaning it. You scrubbed off the flavor and how it was seasoned exactly because you don't clean those things like that, which meant nothing to me at that point in my life. The chef chimed in, "Why would you do this? Don't you have any common sense?" You told him to, you stupid idiot. My mind comes back to focus. I said, "You just didn't care how I cleaned it, but to make it shine like new." There was a moment of silence, and then he starts back telling me that I was done here and that HR would have my butt for this, like losing this job would ruin my life. The other dishwasher, like a knight with a moist dish towel over one shoulder, appears in the day. Dude, you literally told him to make it shine like new. I was standing right there. They made me stop where I was, rinse it off. We lost our deposit. I never got in trouble. The chef got his butt reamed. Things never got better there, but I felt vindicated. I'm still good friends with that other dishwasher. Well, that's good. Got a friend out of it. So it worked out. Literally just got home. I got home, put the cold dishes away, put the frozen food away, and got on. So I'm thirsty, because I've been in the 80,000 square foot Kroger. Opening file says, quotes, night like with a most moist dish towel over one shoulder. Perfection. OP says, I do like to paint a picture. She do have a gift. RMC says, I was at an all day event in the UK where they had one of these ovens. Hot summer's day, you could see the pigs slowly turning and roasting through the big glass door. It was to feed about 150 scouts and adults after a day's activity. Mid afternoon started raining. It felt almost tropical. Huge, warm, slow raindrops. It was refreshing. Somehow hit the uncovered glass door and it didn't react well. There was a big bang and the tempered glass shattered all over the pig. Oh, oh, that's horrible. It was unusable. Of course it was. The organizer ran around to every supermarket in a 30-foot square radius, scraping up enough burgers It was a perfect UK barbecue weekend, so stocks were low to replace the meal. I honestly thought the kids preferred that option. Uh, Chemo engineer, maybe it's chemo. It's not chemo. It's an I and I'm an E. Um, Quoted the honestly, I think the kids preferred that option. And they say only because they never got to experience the pork. Yeah, for sure. They would have preferred the pork. I know kids. Trust me. Jester says it's just a little glassy. It's still good. It's still good. Drew Kelder answered for Pacific Islanders Month while I was in Iraq. We buried a whole pig to cook over coals. I was part of the team handling the service of the food. I got the very last plate. As I was walking with it, I found a piece to eat. A V bead went off several miles away. So big it sounded like we were getting mortared. Dropped my food in the bunker. 5 minutes later, all clear was announced. I'm sure it was delicious. Oh, that sucks. Oh, we do pigs in our family. My brother-in-law has taken it over, but my grandfather would do the pit, dig the pit, put the coals in, start a fire, get it down to coals, put the pig in, cover it up, cook it all night, all night and all day. Um, my brother-in-law gets a pig roaster, but he still makes a mean pig. He made one for my son's wedding. It was nice. We paid for it, of course, but that was their gift was the labor that went into it. RMC says I was an all. That's weird. That shouldn't be happening. Literally, like. Beast in Darkness says I definitely read through most of the singing you were cleaning the golf cart. Oh, poor Beast. Poor Beastie. Arco Arcoctus says there's a lot of stupid in the story, and the only one with brains is you. Rental company should have said, "Do not try and clean it. We know the proper procedures." Yes, exactly. All the gunk should be cleaned off, and it should look like new because you never know how good a cleaning job a renter will do. Not to mention the gunk creates weird insulating pockets that change how the unit functions over time. Yes, but there's also a thing called seasoning. Seasoning a cast iron pan has nothing to do with flavor. It's about making sure the metal is intact. Yes, but oh, poor guy. That stinks. All right, now we have evil buildings, and I especially like this one. I even showed it to my husband when I was working on it. This is the Barat Haiju. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Mosque in Indonesia. I'm sorry, it's giving me Saddam Hussein. I'm thinking Iraq. Oh my goodness. Yeah, definitely given Saddam Hussein. McGillis is a char says this is by far the most tacky mosque I've ever seen. Somebody said it looks like they can't decide whether it's AR or not. And Biddy says, "Nah, it's real." Bit by the current Indonesian Armed Forces chief commander for his hometown in West Java. She's Schmeezy Money says his hometown is like, "Don't blame this crap on us. We said okay to a mosque. He built a MFing theme park." Faza said, "Look, for some reason the phrase tacky mosque has me rolling on the floor laughing." Additional fix says it looks like it had been Saddam Hussein's lair if he was a villain in an 80s children's cartoon. Told you it was given Saddam. Oh. All right. Next we have AITAH, entitled AITAH for refusing to tell my wife I love her more than my dad. I mean, honestly, you shouldn't love her more than your dad. It's a stupid argument, but we both think we're right, and so I'll let Reddit decide. My dad babysat for us last night so we could go on a date. I picked him up and drove him over because he avoids driving at night these days. That's perfectly reasonable to me as a grandmother. My wife and I said to put the baby down for the evening by 8. Well, you can try and do that, but babysitters get extra dispensation, especially when they're grandparents. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Cannot get those kids to sleep before 11 o'clock when they're over here. When we got back, my dad was sitting on the couch holding our sleeping baby. He said he was sorry, but he wasn't in the crib. But he fussed whenever he tried to put him in the crib, so he just gave up and held him. Good grandpa. That's a good grandpa. My wife was upset, and it was obvious. Why are you upset? Why are you upset at grandpa giving the child love? Get over it. I took the baby and put him in the crib. When I went back to the living room, they were whisper arguing. I told my dad we should head back. He got in the car, drove him home. He apologized for not putting the baby in the crib, said he was very fussy and probably just missed us and was anxious we weren't the ones putting him down. I said he was probably right and it was no big deal. It isn't a big deal. It shouldn't be a big deal. Different people handle things differently. And if you can't handle that, don't have the babysit, I guess. But that would be sad too. When I got home, my wife was still upset. She asked me what my dad said about her. I said he didn't say anything about her. He just apologized and said the baby probably missed us. My wife said he won't adjust his sleep schedule unless it is consistent. I agreed with her and said it's been a long time since my dad could carry a baby. We should cut him some slack. She asked why I was taking his side over hers because his side's the right side. Because you're being ridiculous, ma'am. You're being ridiculous, ma'am. I said I'm not, but that we had a great night and I didn't want us to let something minor ruin it. She said that it isn't minor. I'm supposed to back her up, not gossip about her with my dad. He didn't. He already said he didn't. He didn't say a dang thing about you, lady. Calm down. I said I didn't gossip about her. All I did was drive him home. She asked why I drove him home when she was clearly upset. Oh, please. I asked what else I was supposed to do. She said I could have ordered a ride share or a cab. No, no. I said the plan was for me to drive him home. She said, all right, because we have to stick to the almighty plan. Oh, this lady. Why are you married to her? I just asked why she didn't just tell me she wanted to do something different. She asked if I would have if she asked me to. I said I wasn't sure because of the cost and time delay. She said exactly. I said we could have talked about it though. She said I'm always trying to sit on the fence when I should be on her field. And I said I am on her field. I wouldn't be on her field. Her field is ridiculous. Her field is full of glass. She asked who I love more, me or dad. That was a crazy question. I wasn't going to answer it. It's different. He loves you differently than he loves his dad. You can't compare the two. She said I needed to know, and I said I didn't rank people I love. I love my wife as my life, and my dad as my dad. This guy is super reasonable. Green flags for this guy. Red flags for his wife. She says I'm an a-hole for not choosing her. I say I'm not because I don't think love is a numbered list like some kind of Watch Mojo video. I don't know what I'm watch Mojo. Watch Mojo or Watch Woho. I don't know. Puzzle headed bus says NTA. I get being on top of schedule. I am with my child, but when other people put her to sleep, I already know it's unlikely it'll go the way it does when we put her to sleep. Exactly. And it's more about the baby being comfortable and happy when it's other people. She has to learn to be okay when things don't go as planned, which isn't easy for everyone. I'm glad your dad held your child when they were upset. He's a great grandpa. Yes, he is. Well, that's for humans. And one instance will not break a routine or get a baby to expect contact sleep every night. Exactly. Autistic tumor girl. Oh, you sound like you've had it rough, honey. I'm sorry. Seriously, what's she going to do when the baby gets ill for the first time and screams its head off every time somebody puts him down? Just let him scream all night, not feeling well, and probably confused and scared. Christ, a good sleep schedule is important, but there will always be exceptions. And baby Irish kitty says, not to mention there have been studies that show when babies are left to cry it out, they actually don't relax. They don't actually relax, but get more stressed. Then they go quiet because they learn no one is coming to help them, not because they're settled. And that is true. Also, if you leave your kids to cry it out like that and they don't think somebody's coming, It can trigger anxiety problems and separation anxiety in other situations because they can't trust you to be there for them. If they can't trust you to be there for them, who can they trust to be there for them? The next top rated comment is old paleontologist says NTA, but your wife is majorly is. You can't expect a baby to adhere to normal routines with anyone other than their parents. Grandpa did the best he could and didn't do anything wrong. She's being completely unreasonable in every single way. I would be pretty hurt if I was your dad and not keen to babysit again anytime soon. Pop Tart and Mascara answered, my first thought was, oh, what a sweet memory for Grandpa and her son to see. My father in law never held my babies, certainly didn't babysit. To come home to Grandpa holding a sleeping baby is so wholesome. I would have loved that. Would mom rather have come home to a screaming baby in its crib? Things don't always do as planned for babies. Grandpa rolled with it and made the baby comfortable. The only thing I ever expected when a family watched the kids is for them to be alive when I got home. What a great grandpa. Your wife probably did irreparable, unrepairable. That's why I couldn't say it. It's not even a word. Unrepairable damage means irreparable. What's the word you were looking for, ma'am? Irreparable. Your wife probably did unrepairable damage. I can't even say it. Your wife probably did unrepairable damage to her relationship with her father-in-law forever. She's TA that here. Labeled Avidas answered that moment probably meant the wanging world to that man, and Opie's unchanged wife ruined it. And then making OP rank his love for his dad versus her, like I said, unhinged. He edited to add, let's not forget she wanted to tell her father-in-law, who just provided free childcare so she could have a night away sent home in an Uber. Hell no. Yeah, that lady's unhinged. She crazy. I wonder if there's updates. It's found Satan, and it's absolutely biodegradable. Kind of funny. First make Prance repeats that condoms are not biodegradable if you care about the planet, have unprotected sex. Rosa Alvarez says STDs and babies are also not biodegradable. And Jordan says babies are absolutely biodegradable. He's right. Babies are biodegradable, but they're also very expensive, and you shouldn't have one if you don't want one. And you, in quotes, both of these are in quotes, you can't kill a baby. They're not indestructible. Very bored says you were confusing can't with shouldn't. Alternative poem says like LOL facts, but still probs best not to test that theory out too often. JRP Bateman says too often. That means you have to test it sometimes. It was very dark humor in that thread. Very dark humor. Just know Mill, entitled, Mill wants to borrow money, but also have access to make sure our bills are paid while the husband is deployed. Oh, I already read that one. We read that one. I remember reading that one. So the update must have gotten more upvotes than the original. That's okay. We can fix this. We can fix this real easy. Oh, no, that's not what I need. I need that. Nope, that's not what I need. I was wrong. I did need this one. Luckily, I put a few extra in here. You do need to go. You remember that one from the other day. It was literally just like the other day. It was like literally Monday we read the update. So, oh my goodness. I got it in here 3 times because of the updates probably. Okay, this one will work. This one will work, okay. This is from Just No Mother-in-Law, and it's entitled "The Straw That Broke the Camel's Back." Yesterday, my mother finally took it too far. We have never had a good relationship. It's been 27 years of one thing after another. She never raised me. She blames my dad's side of the family for keeping me out of harm's way, when the reality is she just didn't want me. She hates that I'm plus size. She was a major cause of my eating disorder. She tries to control my life, tries to make decisions for me. She hates my husband. She's always hated all of my friends. She even changes the spelling of the name I chose for my daughter that I miscarried just because she doesn't like the spelling I chose. I could go on and maybe post more stories later. She sounds awful. I'm sorry, Opie. Sounds worse than my mom. I don't talk to my mom. So yesterday I made a post on Facebook asking if anyone on my friends list did canning because I had some questions as to when we move. I want to start a garden and do canning. She decides to comment that she was annoyed. I genuinely forgot that she knows how to do canning. And then makes a second comment basically saying I can't do it because of my ADD. She always points out my ADD is calling me ways of calling me dumb. And I'll blow up my house. I am married, I have children, I have a house that I manage bills for, I cook, I bake, I even work in healthcare for 6 years. I'm ADD, but I know how to keep myself on track, especially for important things. It seems small, I know, but it was in front of everyone on my friends list. I deleted my post. Of course, it was a joke, and she was excited that I wanted to get into canning and wanted to buy me a starter kit. Never true. She always says things like that. And then when I didn't respond, she said, "Are you really going to be this way over a joke? It's not funny, ma'am. It's not funny. You're not funny." And then I am dramatic. The thing is, if it were the first, maybe even the second time she's done something like this, I could chalk it up to being clueless or tone deaf. But it isn't. It's just the latest in a long, long, long list of things like this and worse. So I blocked her. I blocked her number. I blocked on Facebook. All socials blocked. Because it's been 27 years of begging her to be my mom and love me like she's supposed to, but I can't do it anymore. I'm done. I'm going to contact my doctor for a referral to therapy because I do need it. And I'm going to grieve that she's never going to be an actual mother figure to me and just move on. That sounds like a plan. Glad you're getting help if you think you need it. Merman War answers, or as a top comment, you just you just done one of the hardest things in life, except that she is what she is and will no longer be expecting more than she can give. Now go and live the best life you deserve to have without wishing she could change or be what you needed. I call moments like this light switch turning on moments. When suddenly you can see all the things that were hidden and accept the reality of what's there. Once you see it, you can't excuse or unsee it. It has to be acknowledged and dealt with. Yes. And living well is your best revenge. Go out and live well despite what she's said or done to you. Usually it'll burn their britches. Yeah, I think that's the best move for you. Therapy and oops, did I just do the wrong one? I hope I didn't do the wrong one. No, okay, we're good. Okay, back on track. This is from Petty Revenge, and it is entitled "Roommate Kept Forgetting to Replace the Toilet Paper, so I Made It Impossible to Miss." Oh, there's nothing like a roommate that doesn't replace the toilet paper. The second worst one is the one that replaces it too soon. My husband will do that and it irritates me for some reason. Probably shouldn't be irritated by that, but I am. It's like, dude, come on. My roommate has this talent where they can use the last square of toilet paper and still somehow not notice the empty roll. It'll be the saddest cardboard tube on earth sitting there like a warning sign, and they just walk away. I've asked nicely, I've joked, I've even put a sticky note on the holder, same result. So I decided to stop arguing and make the problem visible. I bought one of those cheap over the door hanging organizers and labeled the top pocket toilet paper with a marker. Then I put it in the bathroom at bathroom drawer at eye level. Every pocket below it had something random like wipes, extra soaps, trash bags, just something to make it feel normal. But the toilet paper pocket was the star of the show. I also stopped storing backup rolls anywhere else. No cabinet stash, no hidden roll on the windowsill, nothing. If the roll roll ran out and they didn't replace it, they had to stand up, open the door, and stare directly at the giant toilet paper pocket while grabbing a new roll. The first time it happened, I heard them mutter something under their breath. The second time, they actually replaced the roll without being asked. Now, when the last roll is in that pocket, they refill it because it's so obviously embarrassing not to. It's petty, I know, but hey, their last word was but. It worked. It worked. Your only other option is to hide all of the toilet paper and make them buy their own. This is my burner account says if the roll was getting low, I'd just take it off the holder and leave them with none. Exactly. They'll figure out how to replace the roll real quick. Fair Bar says I have a sign on my bathroom. Changing the toilet roll does not cause brain damage. It doesn't even help. My adult 40 plus daughter and my 20-year-old granddaughter and my 9-year-old twin grandsons, none of them can replace the roll. It's ridiculous and I just don't get it. I mean, 9-year-olds, 20-year-olds should be replacing the toilet paper. It's ridiculous. Next top comment. Ooh, it's a long story. Here we go. Had a housemate like this. So frustrating. I caught him with multiple angles of embarrassment because of what cheapskate he was, but he had to be known as the cheapskate. Not to me, but his girlfriend. Then he'd be embarrassed. We shared a 3-bedroom, bathroom house. Each large bedroom had an ensuite toilet and shower, and a main bathroom for the house under the stairs and an under the stairs toilet. So it looks like they had 4.5 bathrooms. That's plenty of bathrooms for the amount of bedrooms. I used to stock up my bathroom, the main under the stairs with toilet paper. Just buy a 24 pack of rolls, put a few in each, and the rest on top of the wardrobe to stay out of the way. One day my ensuite bathroom was out, which was odd because there had been some there this morning. Luckily I had a wash bag a bin I kept a small bit in. Okay, I looked on top of the wardrobe, there's none. I go to the main bathroom, there are 3 rolls as we had no guests, none. I go under the stairs, none again, 3 rolls missing. I'm confused, but I let it go. I go to the store, I buy more, stock up, throw the receipt in the drawer. A month later, it happened again. I only stock up the other toilets because might have guests over just in case, but it's all empty. I've clicked it through. It has to be my housemates. Again, shops, receipt in drawer, stock up. This time I just watch though. I'm more mindful about it being used. The main bathroom is right beside my room at the end of the hall, well past his room. I keep stocking the other bathrooms and I stopped stocking the other bathrooms and just stock my own. I can now see him and his girlfriend checking the bathrooms now and then for toilet paper and getting minor frustrated as lack. 3 months in, his girlfriend confronted me like I'm the problem, saying there's no toilet roll. I can confirm, welcome her or him to buy some sometime. Well, she claps right back that they did, and it's gone, and I asked for proof. She claims he bought some, and it's all missing. And he's now over, all quiet and tight-lipped. I'd stated I'd been buying it for months, but it stopped, as it was just costing me money, and no one else ever bought anyone or replaced it. So I stopped replacing it. Even my own ensuite was not safe, as it was going missing there. She admitted borrowing a roll from my bathroom. Why are you going in other people's bathrooms, ma'am? You don't live in the house. You don't even live there and you're going in people's private bathrooms? What's wrong with you? And the others, but only on the basis that he bought it anyway. So I pulled out the literal receipts showing I bought 3 times 24 rolls in 4 months for one person or 2 people plus occasional guests, or was it one person plus my housemate and his girlfriend? The 2 of them would trade the bathroom for rolls, but never replaced them. It was a grand old shouting match now, and he admitted he had not bought any, thinking she'd bought some. She thought he'd bought it and stocked the bathrooms. Sure, Jan. You both made the same mistake, but never confirmed with each other, just want to start an argument. Oh, also bought one of his favorite phrases. He loved crapping on company time as he was getting paid for it. I mean, there's nothing like that. But he'd also brought home handfuls of one-ply teepee from the office just to leave about his bedroom like a hoarder. Oh, there's nothing worse than one ply. Oh, I hate one ply. She went bright red because she looked in horror, knowing that's exactly what it was. After they bought their own, I bought my own. No one stocked any other bathrooms. This is far from the only story have about him. He was like a man child. I couldn't really find any redeeming quality about him. Secretary Bell answers, I also have a story about terrible roommate and toilet paper. I always bought it. For months I bought it. He never bought any. He also never cleaned or anything contributed to the household items. Then he got a girlfriend. She was a proper adult and stayed over a few nights a week. She washed up after cooking, wiped down the counters, and was basically a decent housemate. They used to go shopping together for food, and she told me later, one time he said, Hey, I noticed you're low on toilet paper. Let's grab some. And he told me not to bother, that I did that. For her, that was a huge red flag. She started to notice, although she cleaned up and loaded the dishwasher, he never did. Also, that the pots and pans were mine, and that I was the only person who bought or used cleaning products. She broke up with him about 6 months later, and I kicked him out of the house after he was late with rent for the zillionth time. Yeah, I gave him too many chances. Lesson here is don't admit to your girlfriend that you're a crap housemate. Corton uh, answers, it's crazy how many guys don't realize how egregiously unattractive it is for them to be lazy housemates like Buddy. You're just showing her all the way she'll have to be your mommy maid if you stay together. All right, next we have Am I the Jerk? And it is entitled AITJ for embarrassing my husband in front of our friends after he accused me of trapping him. We were at the dinner party last Saturday, about 8 of us at a long table at this nice restaurant we all like. Everyone was a few drinks in, and the conversation was flowing, and then my husband just drops it out of nowhere. Yeah, he goes, Well, I didn't really have a choice in becoming a dad," and laughs. Someone asked what he meant, and he says he thinks I got pregnant on purpose to track him, just casually, like it was a funny story. The table went dead quiet. I could feel everyone staring at me. My face got hot, and I just sat there for a second trying to process what he just said. I put my fork down and looked at him and asked him to explain what he meant by that. He shrugged and said it was just weird that we were together for years and then suddenly I got pregnant when things were getting serious, like I planned it. So I leaned in and I started asking him questions, loudly enough that everyone could hear. Did I trap you for your money? Because when we met, you were living paycheck to paycheck, and my parents were the ones paying our rent. Did I trap you for your stability? Because I was the one with the degree and the job, and you were still figuring out what you wanted to do. Did I trap you for the house? Because the down payment on this house we live in came from my savings. He just stared at me and didn't say a word. One of our friends cleared their throat and changed the subject, and we got through the rest of the night, but barely. The car ride home was silent. He went straight to bed without saying anything. Since then, he's been acting like I did something wrong, won't talk to me, won't look at me, sleeps facing the wall. AITJ for how I handled it. No, sometimes people need to be called out, and that was stupid. She ain't baby trapping you if there's nothing to baby trap for. Draco Azure is the top comment, and he says, not the jerk. Gross Malt said, simple. He started it, and you called him out. Dog Concierge answered, your next question should have been, did I trap you so you could be single again? Wish granted. Fairy Cave of Wonder quoted Dog Concierge and then says, oof, mic drop. The second top rated comment is he wanted to humiliate you for laughs and got mad when you didn't just sit there and take it. Yep, because that's what they expect you to do. Don't take it. Call them back out. If they can't handle that, then you guys can break up. Even if you have a kid, you don't have to stay together. Even if you're married, you don't have to stay together. You don't have to stay. You're going to have a better life, and you probably deserve it. Next, we have entitled people, and it entitled, I am single, and so it's your duty to take care of me. Oh, this is an update from entitled people. Okay. right, that didn't work like it was supposed to. Okay, so we did already read that one, which is if you remember, it's the one with the big round tables. I can't go back and look because I took all of that off of my. I downloaded everything and put it on my computer, and it'll be a pain to find, so I'm not going to do that. So anyway, this is an update. Um, well, do we need to kind of go over that? Maybe we do. I don't know. Uh, she doesn't know how to. All right, we'll just do the whole thing over again. It's fine. It's not that long, so. If you remember, it was originally titled "My Friend is Mad Because a Random Guy Didn't Serve Her." Remember this chick? A few days ago, I went to a dinner party with my friend. It's a Chinese restaurant with big round tables. We sat around a table with 10 people. She found one guy attractive. It's a friend's friend, so they didn't know each other. She wanted his attention. Did we just read this on Monday? We might have just read this on Monday. The guy was chatting with his friend, and my friend waved and stopped their conversation and asked to get some extra tableware. Remember the tableware one? The guy called for a waitress. We got the tableware, got the waitress to have the tableware. And then the friend was complaining that the guy was impolite and was rude not to serve her because he didn't get the tableware himself. And that her friend thinks she's all that. She's not. Okay, so there is two updates actually. Okay. So this one's entitled "I'm Single and It's Your Fault." Here's a little update. After the party, she wasn't just complaining about the guy, but she's not happy that no one asked her out. No one asked for her number. Basically, no guy approached her after the party. Wah, 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 wah. Didn't we wah, wah before? This morning, she messaged me some details of dating event, and I requested I join her next week. I refused because I'm not interested in a dating event, and I already have plans with my boyfriend that day. Why are you asking someone with a boyfriend to go to a dating event? You shouldn't be doing that. She was angry. She blamed me for being so selfish and only enjoying time with my boyfriend and letting her stay single. Ma'am, your singularity is your own fault. I was too shocked to hear she does not think she's entitled to my time and weekends. I told her I'm not joining the event. I told her if she really wanted a guy, she should just use dating apps or join the events alone instead of bothering me. Then she said, I want a guy, but I don't want to go to the event alone, as if I'm the only single woman. You have to join me and help me get a boyfriend. Otherwise, I'm not going, and it will be your fault for letting me stay single. Ask a single girl. Ask a girl who doesn't have a boyfriend to go with you. Do you not have any other friends? That's a red flag. Do you not have any other friends, red flag lady? I didn't reply. I knew her for 2 or 3 years, but I think the longer she's single, the more entitled she acts. And I suspect I will no longer want to be her friend if it continues this way. I don't blame you. This one's entitled, I'm single, so it's your duty to take care of me. So this is another update. She blamed me for hurting her feelings. The next 2 days kept sending me crying, angry emojis. I don't feel good about how she tried to force me into a dating event, so I ignored her. Today, she's finally switching the topic. She says she's lonely and she hoped my boyfriend and I could go to a barbecue with her. I thought maybe she had learned the lesson that she shouldn't force me and sounded vulnerable this time, so I asked my boyfriend's opinion. He agrees to go together, although he does not like her very much. For obvious reasons, she's trying to get you to go to dating events. So I told my friend to plan the detail. Later, she told me her plan. There is this huge to buy list. She requires my boyfriend and me to buy everything, and the list contains very specific food items, such as seafood and guts that can't easily be bought in supermarkets. What guts are you buying? That sounds disgusting. I told her the arrangement was very inconvenient to us, and we don't eat the food she listed. She ordered that you two have a whole morning to prepare the food. You know what? I wake up late just to get everything to and come to my door at 2 p.m. and pick me up. Oh my god. So that she's expecting them to make the food because she sleeps late and then to pick her up and bring the food and pick her up and go to the party. Like, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. You're hosting us. My boyfriend refused to pick her up and suggested she buy her own food. She was angry and said we were not caring for her. My boyfriend argued it's not her responsibility. She said, I'm single, so of course it's you two's duty to take care of me. No, it's not. I'm not even related to you, much less responsible for you. My goodness. Some people, this has got to be fake. I told her we're not going to the barbecue. Please enjoy your time and ended the conversation. I don't think she is a friend anymore. Probably for the better, because you don't need friends like that. Friends like that, who needs enemies? Seriously. That lady's super entitled. Okay. Now we have. I don't know how I'm going to do this. If I just open the thing, it's too small. I just open the pictures. They're too small. They're not full size like they are if you just click on them, which is weird. But anyway, it's expectation versus reality. I know it's your favorite because it's my favorite. This is the expectation. It's very pretty, rainbowy, nice rainbow cake. It's entitled Rainbow Cake. And it says, my 4-year-old loves this rainbow cake at the local bakery, but I wasn't shelling out $60 for it. Oh, looks like a $60 worthy cake to me. You know how much time goes into a cake like this? A lot. I tried to make my own and was pleasantly surprised with the turnout. And this is hers. Colors aren't quite as bright, but it's okay. And did you put $60 worth of effort into it? Oh, were there strawberries on the first one? Oops, sorry. I didn't change it. This is what she got, or what she came up with. I don't think it's quite as good. The it's not as vibrant as the original. This should be green. This should be yellow. I don't know. She's something weird. Well, her orange is a yellow. Her colors are a little off. They're all not vibrant enough, but I mean, what do you expect when you do it yourself? Well, apparently it was a filter anyway. She said it's just missing the strawberries. Ardent enthusiast is one of the comments, and it says the rainbow cake from Paris Baguette is truly vibrant like that in real life, but it also tastes spongy and processed. Everybody's saying that the vibrantly one because it's like got so much um food coloring in it that it makes it taste like chemically. Mars needs rabbits. Somebody asked how it gets that how they get the vibrant colors. And Mars needs rabbit says use gel coloring. Winton or Americolor are good choices. Baking lessons brightens the brightness of the colors, so experiment by adding more gel to get more vibrant colors. Yeah, gel food coloring is way better. All right, that's all I got for cake today. Oh, I also found parsnips. I don't know. I don't remember if I told you or not, but I found this maple cake and I found maple syrup at Aldi for a good price the other week. So I got the maple for the maple cake. Turned out to be a parsnip and maple cake. It's from British Bake Off. Um, I did find parsnips. I saw parsnips. I didn't get them because I didn't know how many I needed, but I did see them at Kroger today. So I will have to get parsnips. If not from Aldi or Walmart, from Kroger will have them, um, to make my cake. And I will show you pictures. I will take pictures of the cake. I'm sure it will not turn out right because I am not good at decorating, like, at all. What I'd really like to do sometime is get my daughter and my best friend, who are very, very, my best friend's an extremely good baker and my daughter's a very good artist. I'd like to make something, all 3 of us make it, and then show you pictures of how it turned out because mine will be the worst. Mine will be the worst, no questions asked. It'll taste okay, and my BFFs will taste amazing, and my daughters will probably taste very good and be beautiful. All right, if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications, because those are the things that YouTube likes you to do for these. I try to go live at least 4 times a week, usually around noon Eastern time. It's a little late today, but not as late as I expected to be. Tell your friends and your coworkers and your family, and most importantly, your enemies, so that they can come and learn how to behave. If you have a story of your own or a subreddit that you've run across that you think we might enjoy, or come across a good one in the wild, a good story in the wild, send us an email entitled submission. If you would like an email link to the case current live, send an email entitled subscribe. I text the people that they're all friends and family right now, but we're going to do an email if you like. The email is biddybrunchbunch, all one word, at gmail.com. And the email address is also in the description, among other things down there. Okay. The Powers Mansion. Why does this look like it's in my city? I swear we have the same looking house in my city. I might have to look it up for you and prove it. But this one's in Decatur, Illinois, and I don't live in Decatur, Illinois. But here we go. Come on. We have 48 pictures. It is for sale for 290 or $300,000. 7 beds, 6 baths, 700,730 square feet. So it's a pretty good big house. I don't know why that looks so small. Oops. That's where you look at. Like, it looks like a house that's near me. Like, seriously, it's kind of creepy. Must have been the same architect or something. Okay, we get it. It's outside of a house. So there. Oh, that's cool. I'm not partial to the to wallpaper, period, but or to that wallpaper, but this matches the wallpaper, so that's kind of cool. Or the wallpaper matches that. I mean, it's got good bones. That's nice. It's fancy. If you like fancy. I'm assuming it's a bedroom. Needs some work for sure. Looks like the roof leaked. That's nice. Nice fireplace. Definitely need some work. Why are we keeping out of this room? Why are we keeping out? What's in there? Is it a Santa with a Halloween mask on? Because I've ran into that before. The smallest bathroom ever. Actually, I think I had a smaller one once. Wow, that chandelier is pretty cool. This house is It's only $300,000 for reasons. I mean, at least it's not white, but why is that like that? Where did the cabinet where did the door to the cabinet go? Where's the door, ma'am? Don't like the green. That is some old-fashioned stuff that needs some work, but it's okay. Can work it, work it. Flooring's nice. Do like the leaded glass. It's very pretty. Used to be a blue room, maybe. I don't know. That is the attic room. Extra peephole in the attic for when somebody attacks. Well, that's not bad at all. Interesting. Very, very interesting. That's cool. Got a patina to it for sure. Weird flooring for the bathroom. Needs got a lot of work. Definitely needs a lot of work. But it can be done. It can be done. A good one for a flipper. But you're going to have to put a lot of work into it. I'm going to see if I can find that house. And you tell me if I'm wrong. Give me just a minute. Okay, I got to get from my house to town. Okay. Laundry. Right along here. Oh, there it is. I found it. Where is the should be up there we go. I wasn't lying. I mean, that house looks a lot like it. Does it not? That is on a street in my in the town near me. Looks a lot like the house. Okay. Now we are going to back to listing to get our more information. It's in Decatur, Illinois, 7 bedrooms, 6 baths, 7,700 square feet, built in 1900. It's called the Powers Mansion. You can own your own piece of history in Decatur, Illinois. I don't know much about Decatur, Illinois. I don't think I've ever been there. Hardwood flooring, hardwood and ceramic, tile. Bathrooms are all ceramic. Kitchen's laminate. You might have to replace that. Lines include the cooktop. They didn't show a lot of pictures of the kitchen, did they? Gas, water heater, microwave, oven, and refrigerator. Leave in the microwave. We have a fireplace and bath. Oh, fireplace and bath and primary bedroom. Um, Only one fireplace, and it's in a bedroom. So that's kind of. How was it built in 1900 and doesn't have more fireplaces than that? That's weird to me. They did not have central heating in 1900. It's on a little more of than an acre. It's got 4 garage spaces, which they also didn't show anything of. It does have a basement. Roof is tile. Public water and sewer. I'm assuming it has. Hmm. So it was sold in 2005 for $420,000 and then resold in 2023 for $149,000. How does that work? How does that even work? The property taxes. How are the property taxes $12,000 a year? That's a lot. The OP says spot me 299K. I need to save her. Top comment, it says beautiful money pit. Yeah, so somebody's asking about what needs to be done. And Donnie Rocket said, based on the photos alone, the most alarming thing is evidence of water damage in many places, including the first floor. And that's true. It's not necessarily damning, but it all depends on where it's going in the wall, ceiling, and between the floors. Yeah, because you can have black mold, and that would be devastating. Big chunk of the ducting in the basement has fallen down, so chances are there's no functional HVAC systems. Insulations aren't bad looking, but the full scale of the home and everything gets multiplied. Somebody said that you could put another $300,000 in it and still not be done, which is probably true. Yeah, it's really sad. I don't know why people would let that go like that. It's crazy. This is from the subreddit Confession, and it's entitled "Everyone Thinks I'm Straight, but I gave my friend a BJ last week. All my life, I assumed I was straight and been in a relationship, but the last week kind of changed. My friend, who's openly into guys, and I were hanging out last week, and we were shooting crap about work, girls, guys, etc. When I was talking about the dry spell I'm going through, he made a joke about helping out with that. I assumed he was joking, and I laughed, but then thought about it and asked if he was serious, which he replied, "Why don't you find out?" One thing led to another. Clothes came off, and now I'm kind of confused. This can happen at any age. If you um if you like fairy stories, there is a influencer, an author. Her name is Sia Melange. Um, she writes a lot of fiction, fantasy fiction, and they're good. They're good. She's a young author. She's not much older than my kid. She's about the same age as my oldest, I think. Um, so she's young. She's no more than 30. She also has a TikTok that she started to on the behest of her what do you call it? Her publishers, I guess it was. I think that's right. Her publisher or her agent or something. He's like, just make a TikTok just so you can get some people interested in you, and then you can write your books and they'll buy them, which is true. She just did a Kickstarter for a new book that she's writing because publishers wouldn't write it because it's based on Greek mythology, and apparently that's a saturated market according to the publishers, so they won't touch it. So she did Kickstarter and she got all the money she needed. in 2 days. So it worked. It's working for her. Um, she's managed to like rent spots to do her TikToks and stuff. And the girl's a really good writer, and her TikToks are hilarious. But they're very LGBTQ friendly. Um, and one of one of the things, one of the storylines is a couple, an older couple. I call her Granny, Yarn Granny, because she owns a yarn shop. Yarn Granny and Grandpa have he's a vet. He like was a career military. So he retired, so she gets to do what she wants to do now. So she runs yarn shop. It's based in a coffee shop, so the yarn store is down the street a little bit, but they're, regular customers. And so then they had she has a lot of non-human characters, and one of them is a seraphim, an angel, and he's an older angel, but he's also like 200 and something years old or 300 years old or however old. One of the characters is like 1,000 years old or 5,000 years old. I can't remember. The owner of the cafe is a fairy, and they live like for freaking ever. The 200-year-old fairy is like, or no, he's 300. 300-year-old fairy is like a 19, 20-year-old kid to us. So that's how it goes. Um, but they're not having a good time. The fairy and the couple, or the seraphim and the couple. And both the guys are like, huh? But doesn't that happen to everybody? And they're like, no, not all men find other men attractive. So it's good. It makes me laugh. I love it. It's funny. She also wrote a book now. She also has a book out now that's based on the characters that she made up for this TikTok. And she's on YouTube. Just look up CM Alonji. Her mom's also got a well-established series of book series that she does based on vampires. I guess it runs in the family. There's a lot of questions about what went down. I'm not getting into that. I do not need that much TMI. I do not need that much information. This is interesting AF, and it's POV. You live in Alaska, and it is a little. Stop it. Pretty interesting. This is how it starts, guys. This is what happens when you live in Alaska. Aurora Borealis, people. That's super cool. We did have one last fall, last spring. It was in the spring that was amazing here. If you if you're not familiar, if you see some weird white swirls in the sky, get out your camera. Get out your phone, point it, and there'll be like greens like that or reds and purples, and it'll be beautiful. Weirdly, it's more the naked eye does not look like that. That's like through a camera. It's wild. It's wild. On my bucket list, so I'm glad I saw that before I died. Next, we have Am I the A-hole? And it's entitled AITA for refusing to leave my job so I could take care of my disabled brother. No, it's not your responsibility to take care of your brother, especially at the expense of yourself. That's crazy. I, 22 female, fresh out of college with a marketing degree. My younger brother Alex has Down syndrome. He's verbal, funny, obsessed with superheroes and puzzles, but needs support with daily routine, social interactions, and like medication stuff for his heart condition. Says hyper heart. I don't know what that means. And of course, like supervision to avoid impulsive behaviors. He attends a day program for young adults with disabilities and lives at home with parents, mom 48 and dad 50. The parents aren't even that old. Both work, mom part time, dad in logistics. From middle school on, I was Alex's main helper, like after school pickups, meds, meltdown, homework and meltdowns, bedtime stories sometimes. My older sister, 25, moved out early and was rarely asked to help him. She's busy with her career. I skip clubs, parties, even frats because Alex trusts you the most and he calms down faster with you. My parents. Your parents are abusing you. Alex is their son, not yours. This is called parentification and is a type of abuse. I still graduated on time, landed my dream entry level job at a high end tech firm, starts next month. 60K, 65K a year, great benefits. That sounds fantastic, OP. Go girl. You go girl. My parents congratulated me until Axe's day program cut hours due to funding issues. Thank you, Trump. No spots and alternatives for a long time, and private aides cost 35 plus an hour. They claim they can't afford it. They 1000% can. Maybe mom should quit her part-time job and stay home with her son. So at the family lunch last week, they cornered me. Alex's program is ending soon. They said, we need you to quit the job and stay home to watch him during the days because you're the only one he listens to. Absolutely not. Do not do this. Do not do this, OP. Under any circumstances, do not. This is sacrificing your future for something that you are not responsible for. It's just temporary family duty and you need to take care of your brother. But that opportunity isn't going to come along again. You could literally ruin your life for this. No. I was shocked. The job is my foot in the door. Deferring means losing it. Restarting applications, maybe relocating. I've waited years for this independence. I took care of my brother for a long time, and this job meant everything to me. Living my life again. They brushed it off. Jobs come and go. No, they don't. Not always. Not when you're starting out, especially. Alex didn't choose this, neither did she. Neither did she. You've always been amazing with him, and we can't risk a stranger messing up his routine, etc. No, you have to trust a stranger, or you can do it yourselves. You only work part time anyway. I asked why my sister couldn't help or why they couldn't adjust shifts/use savings. Mom teared up. She's got her own life now, and we've given up so much. It's your turn to step up for your brother. Excuse me? No. I was already taking care of him fully. I said no, I've already assigned the offer, bought work clothes and planned my commute. This is my future and I don't want to miss it. Dad got mad, so you're picking a paycheck over your disabled brother's well-being. Yes, I am. I am picking myself over others. It's okay to be selfish. It's okay to be selfish. What kind of sister are you? I packed my things that night and moved in with a friend. After a while it was intense. Parents told family I'm ditching Alex for some fancy job. Relatives call me selfish. A few months won't ruin your career. It can. It can, though. But lack of care could devastate him. Should have thought of that beforehand. Maybe you can adjust yourselves instead of relying on somebody whose responsibility is absolutely no responsibility at all. I genuinely love my brother. He has disabilities, but he is the kindest brother that anyone can wish for. I really care about him, but I feel like I did everything in my power to be here for them. Please tell me honest, AITAH. No, absolutely not. Discount Mithril says, okay, I admit I didn't read all of this because of the wall of text. Please consider breaking it up, which, yeah, she didn't. It's not that long. It's not that big a wall of text. NTA. You are not obligated to be your brother's free full-time caregiver. We only get one life and you need to live yours. Take the job, move out, get and live your life. It doesn't mean you don't spend time with your brother, but you need to prioritize your life first. Your parents are calling you selfish because they are used to being able to just dump things on you and you do it. Now is the time for that to stop. I didn't need to say, I bet if you asked your brother, he'd want you to be happy in life. And that means taking this job and setting yourself up for a good future. Exactly. This opportunity is not a twice in a lifetime opportunity. It's not. That good of a job straight out of college. Holy cow. And who's going to take care of them after they're gone? They're going to want you to do that too, but you might be in a better place to do that later. They've already used you and used you and used you. What do they expect? Oh, I'm sorry, this is making me hot. Music with Rocks in says, anytime a relative gives her a hard time, OP needs to tell them that they can talk when they quit their job to look after their brother. She was parentified to a ridiculous degree. She now deserves to live her 20s and the rest of her life. She's already missed out on so much stuff. Oh, I'm heartbroken for her. Baby Blue Eyes answers, she also needs to do it now. Even though her family said it will be temporary, it won't be. It will be forever. Yep. Even if they let her go 5 years from now she has to go out there and get with a 5-year gap in her resume, compete against others who don't have an employment gap, and she's missed out on 5 years of career learning, pay raises, and overall advancement. Yes, it'll put her years behind. Plus, you know that they will always still need her. It will never end. Unfurling Leaf answered, right? It's not like this is a temporary injury or something that the sibling has. He will need care the rest of his life. What are the parents going to do when they die or if they get disabled? They probably think OP will take care of him forever. But if they haven't had this discussion with the parents, they're, they're doing their disabled child a disservice. Exactly. Oh, I can't believe it. Cat Dog says NTA parentification is a excuse me, what they're asking of you is unreasonable. Congrats on the new job. Yeah, when the Scorpion says exactly all those relatives can help out. JFC. Exactly. When the relatives come to you saying you're selfish, tell them he's right over there. You can take care of him if you're so worried about it. Okay, I'm so sorry. You are not the a-hole at all. Your parents are, though. They can't even take care of their own kids. Or if they want to pay you, double what you would be making, because that's what I would want. This is from Overheard, and it's entitled That Crap's for Stupid People. I was sitting at a table inside Wendy's earlier today when I overheard two guys talking. Now I want Wendy's. It's the only store we don't have in my town. I have to go to the next town over for it. Or down. West, east, or south. I have to go east or south for it. One of them was walking into the building and the other was walking out, and they happened to recognize each other. Ever. Guy 2, holy crap, I know, right? I've been good, man, real good. How about you? Guy 1, I've been doing good, got married last year, graduated college. What about you, still in school? Guy 2, nah, man, wing that. That crap's for smart people. Guy 1 laughs hysterically. Dude, you ain't changed a bit. You married yet? Guy 2, nah, hell, nah, that crap's for stupid people. I think Guy 1's doing pretty good. Somebody has the top comment. I'm not. It's mostly gobbledygook and a lot of numbers. They say completely average, neither smart nor stupid. Flavor Dave answers, my old roommate was prepping for basic training. His dad, an army vet, had some advice for him regarding drill sergeants. Don't be the worst, but don't be the best. Flirty Fox says life literally takes people in very different directions. Next is True Off My Chest, and it's entitled, Should I Continue Babysitting for a Lady Who Baby is a Doll? I would take that job, yes. Yes, you should. Sounds like the easiest job in the world. 19 female posted an advertisement that I babysit. A lady from the area responded that she has 11-month-old baby boy called I'll call Toby. I told her it'll be 13 pounds an hour, and she said that's fine. She'll be gone for 3 hours. When I turned up, she greeted me while holding what looks like a baby. She handed it to me, saying, "This is Toby." Then I realized it's a doll. I wasn't sure if maybe she had given me the doll to give Toby, or if she actually wanted me to babysit the doll. So I asked, "Is there any other children in the house?" So if I misunderstood, I could pass it off as joking about it. But I wouldn't upset her if she really did think the doll was a baby. No, she said, just Toby. She made me aware there's baby monitors around so she can have peace of mind that he's okay. I said, of course, and she kissed the doll on the head before leaving. I basically just pretended the doll was real, hugging it. I put it in a bouncer, let it sleep in the crib, went to the toilet at one point, and on the wall there was a picture of a real baby that looked similar to the doll. So I'm assuming this is her way of grieving. I cried a bit myself in the bathroom at this realization. I put on a happy face when I went downstairs and continued looking after the baby, changed the snappy so if she was watching, she would have peace of mind. When she came back, she asked how he was. I told her she was so well behaved. So well behaved. I said because he was more well behaved than most babies, I'd only charge her for 1 hour. She messaged me again asking if I could babysit another time. I haven't responded. My friends don't think I should because it's taking advantage of her when she's clearly mentally ill. I wouldn't want to take advantage of her. It's a really sad situation. They also think I should tell her that it's just a doll, but I don't know if I should do that. I don't know if that's the best way to go about the situation. I don't think it's really my place. It's not your place. You're right. um, if she has any friends or relatives, you might want to talk to them about, how well off she is, because she might be able to well afford this. It's very possible she could well afford having somebody to come and house sit, basically. Basically. That's sad. There was a lady, in the, um, dementia ward when I worked at the nursing home. I'm just gonna call it a nursing home. Would have a fit if they heard me, but that's what it was. Um, and she carried around her baby doll all day, every day. I would go sit with her occasionally. She just she would cry and carry her baby doll around. All she wanted was a little attention. That's all she literally wanted, was somebody to sit there with her while she watched TV and played with her baby doll. Janet in Spain says, "Don't tell her anything. Part of her nose is just a doll. She's grieving and working through it, being able to let go. I truly hope she's getting the therapy she desperately needs, but your job is to either say yes or no to sitting. Don't correct her or explain." And there's a leader post that was removed by a moderator. And Elliot B says, "Telling her it's a doll won't just ruin her coping mechanism. It will re-traumatize her because she will be losing her baby a second time if she's forced to confront the fact that it's a doll. OP, unless you are a trained therapist, you should keep keeping your mouth shut. Personally, OP, I think you should offer to babysit the doll for an hour or two. You could charge her half of what you did before. The world is full of cruel people, and she is definitely going to look for another babysitter. If you said no, the next babysitter may not be as kind." I agree. No, babysit. Also, find out how well off she is. If she's well off and can afford you for the full time, go ahead and charge her. Your time is worth something. Your time is worth what you need for your time to be worth, and you'll just be helping her. If she can't afford it, that's a different situation. Then you can, adjust as needed. Comprehensive Fun said, "I'd rather it was somebody kind like you. It was going around there and not taking advantage of her and being kind to her. The risk is if you say no, that the next person she calls won't be as nice as you." And see if she's, like do you have any friends or family that I can talk to, um, just as an emergency contact? Put it as emergency contact in case I can't get a hold of you. Who should I call? And then call them and say, "Listen, are you aware that this is going on? What's being done about it? Can she afford to pay me?" Type stuff like that. Next is what do I do? And it's entitled "Overbearing Mother-in-Law Insists on Naming Our Child." Basically, what the child says: "My mother-in-law has said to us multiple times now that she has a name picked out for our son. Ma'am, you named your son. You don't get to do it again. Her first grandchild is due in March. When she first said this to me, I told her we already had chosen a name. She responded, hers comes first. No, no, ma'am, it does not. I just awkwardly laughed because I was confused. I didn't know what to say. She's now mentioned multiple more times to her son that she's picked out our child's name and will be naming him. No, ma'am, you already named your kid. This is my kid. I get to name him. He very firmly said no every time. She continues to casually say this, and she's not joking either. I'm not really sure what to do here because she's always been overbearing and controlling with him, and it causes a lot of fights and tension. She listens more to me than to my partner, but I don't know how to get across to her that she doesn't get to decide these type of things. I find the naming to be extremely disrespectful, especially because I chose to give our son the same middle name as my grandfather, whom I was extremely close to. She hasn't even bothered to ask name we picked. She also said things about how we don't know what we're doing because I put books on the registry and not a bottle sterilizer or diaper cream. Oh, on the baby registry. Okay. I don't intend on using a sterilizer or even bottles that much at first as I intend on breastfeeding. Good for you. Don't buy what you don't need and you won't need it. We're also very much aware that babies use diaper cream. I just didn't care to add every little thing on the registry. I also don't feel the need to explain justify this to her or anyone else. And somebody will probably buy you a basket of stuff, little things that and it'll probably include diaper cream anyway. Any advice on dealing with an overbearing soon to be grandparent? Edited to add, my partner is a lot more strict with her than I am since he's been dealing with this since, well, forever. We're fully on the same page, not telling her when I go into labor and things like that. I've already gotten no contact with my own parents over 10 years ago at this point. Oh, that's sad. He's been mentioning it with his own parents more and more lately, and while it makes me sad, considering the great relationship I had with my grandfather, I do understand that they aren't like him and it can be unfortunately necessary. I also do have bottles on the registry. I just think the random gadgets like sterilizers or wipe warmers are unnecessary. But whatever you want on the registry. Somebody will get you for you anyway, probably. Okay, challenge says there's nothing honestly. Yeah. Okay, challenge says there's honestly nothing you can do or argue here. It's your child, not hers. She doesn't get a vote on the name, the registry, or how you parent. You and your partner have already decided, and he's going to be clear with her in the end of story. You don't need to justify your choices or explain your reasoning. The more you engage, the more room she thinks she has. Treat it like a no-brainer because it is. Overbearing people thrive on reactions and debates. Don't give her either. Set the boundary once, stick to it, and let her be uncomfortable about it. And that discomfort is hers to manage, not yours. Also, I wonder, since she's so adamant about the bottle stuff, if that she's going to be mad because OP doesn't let her feed the baby because she's breastfeeding. Mundane Huckleberry says OP should be a gray rock. OP, look it up if you're not familiar. It helps diffuse people like your mother-in-law. Yeah, you just kind of ignore what they say. Really, nah. It's a very long comment, the second top comment, and it says, any advice on dealing with overbearing soon-to-be grandparent? Here's my advice. Don't tell her when you go into labor. You don't want her showing up while you're at your most vulnerable. The only people that should be there are you, your husband, and your medical staff. Register as anonymous. This will put a stop to the crotch watch where people start calling the hospital to ask how OP is doing with the labor. Actually, they should not even be telling you that. That's medical information and that's a HIPAA violation. You could be standing right in front of the nurse and they will tell you that there's nobody there by that name. As an extra precaution, tell your medical staff that absolutely nobody is trying to get a hold of paperwork and stating the name of your baby except you. I've read some posts on Reddit where the mother-in-law didn't like the name the OP and their SO picked out and have gone behind their back, the new parent's back, and fill out the paperwork for the name. How is that even possible? No, absolutely not. Why are hospitals letting this happen? That's crazy talk. I even think one OP posted about how her mother-in-law told the medical staff that OP had a change of heart and wanted to change the baby's name. Ring cameras and locked doors are a freshly postpartum mom's best friend. If she has a spare key, change the locks. Let her bang on the door until her knuckles bleed. Tell her the days and times she can choose from to come see the baby. No more than one visit every 1 to 2 weeks. If she wants to help out, tell her that sounds great. You've got a pile of dishes and laundry that needs to be washing. Floors need to be vacuumed and swept. She can bring something for everyone, including you, to eat. When she balks because her idea of helping out was holding, cuddling the baby while you clean the house, cooking lunch and or dinner, and waiting on her hand and foot while she sits on her ass and does nothing but stare at the baby, you can tell her, laughing my ass off. Blah, blah, blah. LMNFAOOO. Yeah, we're not doing that. If you want to come over and help, I need you for you to actually help around the house because I literally just gave birth and I'm still healing. And yes, Susan, you need to make some appointments to see the baby. I don't care if you are the grandmother. So is my mom, and she has the same rules to follow. The next time she wants to spout if some BS, if she comes over first, she's the grandma. Oh no, the Wang you don't. I'm the one who got pregnant. I'm the one that carried the baby. I'm the one that's going to be pushing the baby out of my vajayjay. In this baby's world, I'm going to be the one that comes first. Keep your ignorance up and you will be called Granny we never see because she didn't stay in her own lane. When she brings up naming the baby, you can very politely but sternly tell her you've already got to name your children. This is my child and I will be choosing the name as someone I decided on. Again, I will not entertain this nonsense again. Lots of good advice there. Lots of good advice there. Thank you, really, nah. Thank you. That's good advice. All of it. My husband, this is mildly infuriating. My husband has gone bananas on wall and door stickers since discovering them a week ago. We're getting there. We're getting there. Oh, it's a door. And now it's a bookshelf. It's a door and now it's a bookshelf. Those are funny. I want that one. That's funny. So far, you sticker 3 doors, and there are more of these bloody stickers on the way as we speak. Oh. Second peek gives them, the Roadrunner show where the coyote paints the train tunnel on a cliff. Oh, that's funny. There are pictures of it's just all Wile E. Coyote and pictures of train tunnels. Painted pictures of painting of tunnels. Oh, that's funny. That's hilarious. Next is Am I Overreacting? Entitled AIO for cutting off my brother for refusing to call out his creepy friend. And of course, there's texts. You'd think there wouldn't be texts. Come on. I'm bricked up right now. I want to see. Bro, get help. Don't act so innocent. I see straight through you for real. I like you, like to please. Some of the things these kids text are just unnecessary. Your friend, well, his name starts with a J, so we'll call him James. Your friend James made multiple gross comments towards me when we were at your place last weekend while he was drunk. And as I was leaving, he grabbed my butt. I messaged him on the Instagram the day after, telling him it was inappropriate and to back off. And this was how the convo went. Since he clearly doesn't give a GIF about what I have to say, the wanging, see you next Tuesday. Could you please tell him to wang off? I told you from the start that guy was wanging creep. And the brother answers, TF am I supposed to do about it? Not my problem. Okay, then your sister will not be visiting you. Are you for real? He is your friend. If you do not do nothing about it, don't bother inviting me around when he's there anymore, which is pretty much always because he lives off you, because I won't be around him anymore. FFS, you bring this crap on yourself. No, she doesn't. Now you're trying to bring me into it. You know he's there and you still chose to dress like that around him and laugh at his jokes and crap. Of course he's going to get the wrong idea. No, no, sir. No matter how much she dresses or how little she dresses, does not mean he gets to touch her or be a jerk. I was being polite, and that was only before the creepy comments. Once they started, I immediately gave him the hint that it was not into it. The dressing thing, go wang yourself. I'm done. Don't talk to me. Have it your way, and blocked. Context. This is the first slide is my brother's friend reaction to me asking him to leave me alone after being creepy towards me. I blocked him immediately. The other slides are my brother. I wanted him to step in because his friend was really starting to creep me out and I was uncomfortable. And I feel like he wasn't taking me seriously when I told him to back off. The fact that he doesn't care enough to step in and almost blaming me hurt so much and really wanging angry. I don't blame you, girl. Um, Men, you're supposed to protect your women from creeps like this. If they're making your woman any woman in your vicinity uncomfortable, you can step in and say something. You should step in and say something. My brother's 26 and lives alone. I'm 21 and still live with our parents, so we don't see each other often. This happened a few days ago. I blocked him on everything. I have no desire to speak to him. And starting to wonder if I did overreact, but I'm still way pissed the wang off. I don't know what to do. uh, Leanth says, NOR, which is not overreacting. I worry about how your brother treats women. And Gelatin Bellatin says this was my concern as well, and not the not overreacting. OP. I feel like this meme is really relevant right now, and I will share the meme with you. I've learned that a lot of guys visualize our social environment like this: good men, crazed evil men. But actually, it's closer to this: heroic men who will intervene, well-meaning men who underestimate the issue. Men who think predation is an unfortunate fact of life. Men who think certain women deserve it but aren't active predators. Men who passively enjoy, consume, encourage predation. Textbook predators we're all aware of, monsters so cruel we can't even fathom them. That's probably true. I can see this to be true. And we have another meme from Rape Culture that I will show you. And, give you plenty of time, but you can also stop, pause and read. Normalization to assault. Handsome but be wonderful says, I didn't need to know that stealthing was a thing today. Stealthing is really bad. It's a type of rape, honestly. Next, we have Best of Redditor updates, and it is entitled AITA for yelling at my girlfriend due to her camera roll. Originally from Am I the A-hole? The original post was February 4th, 2023. Me, 23 male, and my girlfriend, 21 female, have been together for 4 months now. She's great. Beautiful, crazy, intelligent, has the best personality. Genuinely my dream girl, except for one issue, her camera roll. For background, she dated a guy for 4 years in high school and for the first half of college. She broke up with him last year and has dated other people since then leading up to me. She never really talks about him unless it's a past story and about her friend group, which she was a part of until he suddenly up and left. According to her, the reason they broke up was she realized they were on 2 different levels of maturity. When I mean she's intelligent, I mean she's well known around campus and every professor adores her. We go to a Big 12 university. She also got life-threateningly sick, and while he was worried for her, She knew he wouldn't be responsible enough to take care of her in the future, progressive heart disease. Oh, that's sad. Poor girlfriend. They ended up on good terms, but don't talk anymore because he's kind of an introverted guy, according to her. The part I get upset about is every time she opens her camera roll to show me a past picture, she scrolls past photos of him and her. Okay. She has a past. Everybody does. Get over it. I brought this up to her before, and she always laughs, saying it's because she's too lazy to go through 30,000 photos. She hasn't deleted pictures since 2015. And these photos and videos of him aren't romantic. They're in high school shenanigans and usually involve other friends, but I still can't help but feel jealous. Okay, you're immature. You're immature, LP. Today she showed me a photo of her friends in 2018, telling me a funny story. He's in the photo because he was a part of her life. Oh my, the horror. I said, "You have a lot of pictures with him," in an annoyed tone, and she says, "Well, yeah, he grew up with me and my friends. We were kids together. It's like a look back into my childhood." I told her I didn't like those pictures, and she offered to remove them and put them on a drive. I told her that wasn't enough. Okay, you're an ass. You're the asshole. You are totally the asshole. He told me they were precious memories and she shared with her friends and she wasn't going to delete them just because he was in a couple. I kind of raised my voice and told her she should go back to him if the memories are so precious. She got up and said, "I don't want to go back to him, but I also don't want to be with someone who is emotionally insecure. I have enough to deal with," and then left. Good girl. Good girl. Smart girl. Yeah, said she was smart. She is. I debated texting her an apology, AITA. Yes, 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 you are. Wickedly, here's the verdict was a-hole, which rarely happens, honestly. Weirdly Lucky says, these are the relevant comments. Weirdly Lucky says, YTA, she's right. You are emotionally insecure. Born Eggplant answers, don't apologize. I'm afraid she might take you back. YTA. Constant Leopard says, YTA, deeply insecure, immature, and controlling. Your girlfriend isn't obligated to erase years of photos from before you met because of your crippling insecurity. Grow up. Oh, I love that these guys are just reaming him out. Icy Mortgage says you were debating texting her and apologizing after asking her to scrub through childhood memories because you're too insecure to accept that she had a romantic history before you. Yeah, it's safe to say YTA. Like, come on, bro. Born Eggplant says debating. I answered that one. Debating, he's not really feeling it. If he was there, if he was, there would be no debate. But he's only considering it because he wants her back, not because he knows he was wrong. I hope she doesn't apologize and she moves on. Slow Dive says, yeah, YTA, she showed you a group shot that happened to have her ex in it. Asking her not to show you those pictures because they make you jealous is fair. No, it's not. It's silly. But expecting her to scrub 4 years worth of pictures when you've known her 4 months is a stretch. It's not a stretch. It's unreasonable. I don't care how long you've known her. It's unreasonable. You're just a jealous little whiny titty baby. Mama Pie London answered, more than 4 years, at least six. They dated for 4 years and half of college, and they might have been friends before dating. So OP is potentially asking her to delete memories that could cover a decade. If that's how entitled he feels after just 4 months, I can't imagine how he'll get any less controlling as time goes on. OP, yes, YTA, most emphatically. Your jealous, unreasonable, and frankly controlling behavior is the last thing your girlfriend needs. Did you know about her heart condition before dating? Did you know why she ended it with her ex? Why would you think she wants to be with someone more immature and angry than her ex? You're single and you don't know it. Work on yourself before dating again. You seem completely oblivious or indifferent to the upset you've caused. It's deeply unfair to expect any partner to accept you as you are. Updated the post February 5th, 2023, next day. Update. I texted her this morning and apologized for crossing a line. She said while she accepted the apology, the relationship wouldn't be continuing any further. Good for her. I like this girl. This girl's got it going on. She said lack of self awareness and emotional immaturity is not something she can overlook when dating someone. So I guess I'm single now. Yeah, shocker. OOP updated in the comments of this Bowru and admitted it was all fake. Jerk. January 25th, 2026. So it's been 3 years, and he finally says, "Hi, all. This is actually my post. So surprised, first of all, it was fake. Sorry, I know that sucks. I'm actually a woman, and the post was made during my last year as a journalism undergraduate. It was part of a capstone project where we determined how easily it is to mislead people on the internet and to induce public outrage and how influences far right and far left media pushing. Under the moderation of our professor, we each concocted stories or social media profiles to try and stir up controversy online. You should have admitted this 3 years ago, witch. Thanks to the original post, safe to say I got an A. I also graduated with honors and a special distinction for my thesis. The girlfriend was vaguely based off myself, except I have a kidney transplant, not a heart condition. And I exaggerated how well known I was on campus and my looks and intelligence for sympathy, of course, and who doesn't play themselves up in a fictional world. I've played D&D. Since then, we've been fairly successful journalists. I've worked on both NPR and the Washington Post. Good for you. Proud of you. Recently, I left my career behind, though. I'm now in law school studying international law. I can't believe this post is making the rounds again. I debated keeping it story as is, but too many of you were all DMing me the story. For future reference, some of you are far too gullible. Don't believe everything you read on the internet, and that's how we got in this crazy situation we are in the US. I'm sorry, if you put something in a post on the internet, I'm going to take it at face value. That's what we do here. Yeah. Realistic Salt said that had the same energy as one comment where one woman hated her friend's girlfriend and wanted to break them up. A commenter told her to send the post to her friend so the friend could remove the trash from his life, and the OOP actually did. It was very soundly told by her friend never to speak to him again. Oh, see, this is why I don't care if it's a true story or not. It's a jumping off point for a conversation. It's a conversation starter. That's what we do here. It's not about these anyway, it's about the community. And that's what we're trying to build here, a community. We don't care if it's real or not. It doesn't seriously does not even matter. And then we have Made Me Smile, and it called Flight Delays Had Everyone Restless Until a Band Turned Up Playing into a Concert. That sounds fun, to be honest. I'll probably get dinged on this one. I'm gonna have to take off the music, but we make people happy. You gotta do. We make people happy. The guy in the back is also filming. He's probably got this guy on his phone. All right. We're not listening to the whole thing, guys. All right. That's all I got for today. Everybody have a good day. I gotta text my husband something because I forgot something I had to do this weekend. Or was planning to do. I also gotta text somebody else too about the weekend plans. So, everybody have a good day. I will be here tomorrow, probably on time. Probably on time tomorrow. So take care, everyone. Love you. Love all my biddies. Thank you for watching. Bye. Love you. Bye. Bye.